Restoring Men in History. Hey, how are you going to get your goals this year? Have you got them written down? We want you to complete your goals. So, what can motivate you? What quotes, what books do you read to get going, to get motivated, to stay motivated when you hit roadblocks? Because we want you to make them, or at least attempt. Now, Theodore Roosevelt gave this quote, and I love it. I love it. We're not going to give you the history or why he was saying it. We're just going to give you something that I think can help you in your goals this year and larger purpose, perhaps, as well as your goals, your larger purpose. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. Credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows it in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Fantastic quote, right? So let's just go a little bit about it. How are you going to get your goals this year? Write them down, focus on them. Let's go back over it. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. So who counts? You count. You count in what you do this year. And we want you to have a larger purpose than yourself as well as your purpose. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And please hit that like button because that drives the algorithm and helps a few more people see it. Thank you. So get out there and take action this year. Write your goals down and take action. Are you moving toward those goals? Get an accountability partner. Track it with them. See how you're progressing each month. Go over it with that partner. What's a higher goal? How about working towards freedom? Come on to the freedom side, right? Because without freedom, if we lose freedom here, you won't be able to start that business. You won't be able to take care of your family as well. And you won't be able to rise and shoot for the stars. And your children won't be able to dream as much. So it's up to you to protect it. What actions are you going to take on that business to start it? Or what goals are you going to write down in that job that you do? Are you going to be the best at it? Are you going to reach your potential? We want you men to reach your potential, and you can. Now, if you don't preserve freedom, it's going to be more difficult to start that business. Are you setting higher goals? The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. Are you in the arena taking action? Or just talking about things? Are you merely pointing out where other businessmen have failed? Are you getting out there if you want to start a business and doing it? Or if you're a filmmaker, are you attempting to try to raise the money and make a film? It's difficult. You may not get there, but are you being like Kurt Chatham, always persevering? Persevering Kurt. His picture's in the dictionary. Persevering Kurt Chatham. If you want your freedom to continue, are you working toward freedom? What are you doing for it? Are you giving to causes that work toward freedom? Are you walking to support constitutional candidates? What are you doing? Are you putting in time or money or energy? Because again, it's up to you to maintain freedom so that you children can have a better life for posterity. So this country can continue and last. So freedom in this country can continue and last. That is a larger purpose. You can criticize the federal government. You have a lot to criticize: debt, deficits, open borders. But what are you doing to change it? What action steps are you doing to change it? If you're talking about starting businesses, are you writing down small steps and measurements that you can do through the year so that you actually get to starting it? Or are you just talking about it? Are you just criticizing other small business leaders? If you work in a company, are you criticizing or sending those notes up or trying to start a competitor? It's too large to start a competitor. You're trying to start something else and get out so you don't have to complain anymore. Whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly. Look, there's going to be a price to pay for your goals. There's going to be a price in freedom to pay for freedom. Peacefully, peacefully, always peacefully. But you'll have to give your sweat and work hard to achieve your goals. You may fall down a few times. You may have to get back up. You may get beaten up, but you've got to continue. Get back up and keep going if that's what you believe your purpose is, or that's what you believe you can achieve and you still want to do it, and you see a little progress. Or if you don't see a little progress, work harder, right? Strategize. Do different tactics. Are you going to help with courage, striving? Who errs, who comes up short again and again? Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. Your parents tell you can't do it, doesn't matter. Your friends tell you can't do it, doesn't matter. Comes up short again and again. Let me tell you something. You will not regret trying most things that are, if it's, a noble cause or a noble purpose, or if it's something you really want to do that's, of course, not criminal. You won't regret it. When you come up short, you could be building a manly virtue, resilience. Resilience is the ability to adjust easily or recover from misfortune or change, Webster's dictionary says. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who is it? Are you going to strive to do the deeds to maintain freedom in the country? Or are you going to strive to start that business or make that film or whatever it is you want to do? I don't know what it is. Set that goal, strive to devote serious energy or effort. Now, we don't talk a lot about that in America. Are you going to devote serious energy or effort? You want to grow in the gym and get larger? Devote serious energy and effort to that. Get to that gym. Lift heavier weights. Get stronger. What are you going to put your time into this year? What are you going to put your energy and effort into this year? Where's it going to go? And it should be also about something larger than yourself, not just yourself, right? Who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause? What are you going to do? Are you going to spend yourself in a worthy cause? What are your great devotions? The U.S. Constitution, your family, for your friends, your business? Are you going to spend your time making your friends better, making your business better, making the country better, restoring the Constitution, restoring men, restoring history? That's what we do. What are you devoted to? Freedom in the Constitution? Constitution protects you if you protect it peacefully. Are you spending yourself in a worthy cause? Are you standing for freedom so that the next generation will have it better, so that your children will have it better? How hard are you working at that? Freedom is a worthy cause, ladies and gentlemen. It gives you purpose, and men need a purpose. Without freedom, your opportunities will decline. To give your children an outstanding future, you must stand peacefully for freedom. Who at the end who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, is a great lie, who neither know victory nor defeat. You don't want to be there, right? You don't want to say, I wish I could have at the end of your life. You don't want to sit there and go, God, oh, now we're in a 15-minute city. I wish I'd stood for freedom peacefully. I wish I'd walked. I wish I'd given money to a freedom cause. If I didn't have the time, I wish I'd given money. If I had the time, I wish I'd given my time. You don't want to sit there, be put in a 15-minute city, be driving an electric car with no choice, and say, I wish I'd stood for freedom. Or some business goal you had, I wish I had started that business, when you're completely broke and inflation's crazy, or there is no freedom. It's okay to fall down. It's okay to make mistakes, but you got to keep trying. You got to dare. It's how you view it. As you can learn something from it. How do you view it? Do you view failure as just one more step to success, and you learn something and you gain knowledge? Or do you see it as failure? Your parents, your friends may tell you it's failure, but look, if you've learned something, you've gained knowledge, you're going to get better for the next time, right? You're going to be better the next time you try something. If you keep trying things, you will gain wisdom, you will gain experience. If you fail, what happens? Or we'll call it a different term. If you don't succeed, you just need to get better, or you need different tactics, or you need a different business, or you need a different purpose, right? Cold and timid souls is just such a fantastic line. You don't want your life to go by and have never tasted victory or defeat. And you want to know that you've tried. You don't want to say, I wish I could have, should have. You don't want to say those lines. You want to make sure you're attempting to meet your goals. And I don't really like the word failure because you can learn from attempting and trying things and gain wisdom and experience. Stay in the process, not the outcome. Keep going through adversity. Don't give up if you know you're making some progress and you still wish to achieve it. If you're standing peacefully for freedom, would it not be better to know that you stood and gave freedom its finest chance rather than being responsible for letting it slip away for your children and grandchildren? In regards to your goals in business, would it not be better to have dared greatly, trying even if you fell a few times, so that you know? Next year, take action for your goals, write them down. Also, stand for freedom because that gives you opportunity. We must maintain freedom, one that could create a superior future for your children. Ronald Reagan said this, and I'll end with it. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. Freedom's a larger purpose. Stand for it peacefully. Thank you. If you like this cause, we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe it and hit that notification button and hit the like button because the like button drives the algorithm.